Welcome to the Asprova introductory video. The Integrated Master Editor is a feature for maintaining the master data. Let's take a look at the project file for sample 1. First of all, we select Integrated Master Editor from the Table View menu. Click the Maximize button to enlarge the window. The display is fully customizable. You can reduce the width of columns that you will not use. Rows and columns can be resized by dragging their borderline. The Integrated Master specifies the process composition and resources used for products as well as their capacities. Product A is produced through the following 3 processes: mixing, packing and inspection. The order of processes is specified by the process number in ascending order. Input instructions specify the items to be input for this process. The instruction codes are left as the default value. The input items are specified in the resource item column. Product A material is the input for the mixing process. The production column specifies how much of this input is required to produce 1 unit of this product. Use instructions specify the resources as well as their capacities that are used for this process. The instruction codes are left as the default value. The resource used is specified in the resource item column. The mixing process of product A uses the resource mixer 1. The production column specifies the capacity of the resource for this process. Times can also be specified for setup and teardown. For the packing process, there are 2 possible resources to use. Each resource has different requirements for capacity and setup times. The time constraint method specifies the relationship between consecutive processes. Time constraint min specifies the minimum time to be left between those processes. Here, the packing process can start 120 minutes after the mixing process is finished. The bulk of Asprova's master data is set up like this, in the Integrated Master table. Let's check the settings for the shift and calendar tables. Select Shift from the Table View menu. This is the Shift table. Each shift is given a name and a time span. Each shift is given a unique name. The start and end of the time span are connected by a hyphen. Multiple time spans can be separated by semicolons. This enables specifying lunch breaks, etc., as in this case between 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock. Next, let's check the calendar settings. Select Calendar from the Table View menu. This is the calendar table. Rows in this table specify the shifts for each resource in terms of when and how. The first column of the calendar table specifies which resource the setting is for. The second column is a date, or day of the week. The next column specifies which shift will be active during the given days. This value will be one of the shifts from the shift table. Sometimes more than one calendar entry is needed for the same resource. In that case, the sort order is used to resolve any ambiguities. This one line sets all resources to the day shift for Monday through Friday. The master data setup is complete now. Next, we need some orders to be scheduled. Select Order from the Table View menu. The order table is shown. The order code is a unique code for each order. Item specifies the item code of the order. The LET specifies the time at which production needs to be finished. Order quantity specifies the production quantity. The priority column specifies a priority for the orders. In general, larger values have higher priority. The assignment direction can also differ depending on this value. Forward assignment applies when the numeric value is more than 90 and less than 100. Backward assignment applies when the numeric value is more than 50 and less than 90. Forward assignment applies when the numeric value is more than 0 and less than 50. Display color specifies a value between 1 and 32. Each value has a different color, and these colors are used on the resource Gantt chart. Once order setup is finished, we are now ready to schedule. First, let's take a look at the resource Gantt chart before scheduling is done. This is the resource Gantt chart, the most often used chart when checking the schedule. The vertical axis shows resources. The horizontal axis represents time. The scheduling results are assigned to the main body of the chart. The blue line indicates the planning start time. The white background color on the right side of the planning start time indicates the future, where new plans will be assigned. The pink background color on the left side of the planning start time indicates the past, where completed operations are assigned. Cells in the chart have some parts grey where resources and dates cross. The grey portion indicates the active time of the resource on that date. The blank area indicates inactive time. The width of dates and height of resources can be changed, and the chart can be zoomed to view the entire chart or specific cells. Dragging the mouse while placing it on the border between dates on the horizontal axis will change the width of a day. Dragging the mouse while placing it on the border between resources will change the height of resources. The height of the horizontal axis header can also be changed. Drag the mouse while placing it between the upper left corner and resource. Try dragging the mouse while placing it on the border between the vertical axis and the main body part. This will display the resource table on the left for quick checking of data. The width of the horizontal axis header can also be changed. Let's hide this table area for now. As shown here, the user can view the table in any range or size desired. Let's try looking at the whole view. Select Chart, Display Area, Whole Area from the menu. The whole planning period and all resources will be displayed on the screen by adjusting their width and height. Now let's reschedule. Click the Reschedule button. Scheduling has been done and the result is displayed on the resource Gantt chart. Let's widen the column width to check the details. Each bar indicates an operation. An operation is the part a resource plays in one process of an order. Operations of the same order are displayed in the same color. So we can see that these three pink processes, mixing, packing, inspection, are related. The thick colored bar indicates the production time of the operation. The narrow dark green bars, located before and after the main bar, represent the setup or teardown time of that operation. Let's click the bar. The user can see the flow of processes by the connecting line displayed between the operations of the same order. With the default settings, the following information is displayed on each bar: order code, item being produced, production quantity. This display is fully customizable. There are some operations on which the bar text is displayed in red. This means that these operations will not be able to meet the scheduled delivery dates. Let's check the delivery date and the assignment time for Order 7. Select Order, Edit Order from the bar's pop-up menu. The property window dialog will be shown. Let's check the latest end time of this order. Close the screen by clicking the OK button. The LET is 2003, June 11th, 1700. Now let's check the assignment time for the operation for the final process of Order 7. Double-click on this operation. Click the Assignment tab. Final finish time is 2003, June 11th, 2038. This is later than the LET and will not meet the delivery date. Close the screen by clicking the OK button. Schedule revision, scheduling parameter change. Click the Scheduling Parameter Settings button. Let's resolve this late order. There are several ways to solve this issue. First, we will change the scheduling parameter. Select the Dispatching Rule cell, then click the small button in the right-hand side of the cell. The Dispatching Rule dialog will appear. So we will emphasize the order delivery date by making order due date the first key. Select the row of the order due date using a mouse. The current setting is as follows: order by order priority in descending order, then order by due date in ascending order. Click the upper button. Now the order due date has been changed to the first key. Close the screen by clicking the OK button. Let's reschedule again. The number of late operations have decreased, but there is still one left. The reason for this late operation might have to do with the previous process spanning the weekend here. Let's change the calendar pattern for this holiday. Select Day Shift from the pop-up menu located in the main body part. For Saturday has now changed to a day shift. Let's reschedule again. Schedule revision, calendar change. Reassigning with the additional active time allowed the operation to move left. This way, the late order for the final process can be resolved. The schedule can also be adjusted by transferring operations directly with the mouse. We can try to move this operation. With the cursor on the operation you want to move, press the left button of the mouse. Then drag it. The user can move the operation and drop it at another location. After the operation is moved, the time relationship between processes has been invalidated. So let's reschedule to adjust this. After rescheduling, the time relationship between processes has been adjusted normally. Issuing work instructions. Select the resources on the vertical axis for which to prepare work instructions. We can export the scheduling result and prepare it using an external system. However, here we will make use of Asprova's functionality to prepare work instructions. Select Generate Work Instructions from the pop-up menu on the vertical axis. The Generate Work Instructions dialog will appear. We will remove the checkmark as shown here this time. Click the OK button. Work instructions are generated for each resource. Entering results. There are various ways that Asprova can receive these results. We will specify them using the resource Gantt chart this time. Bring the resource Gantt chart to the front. After work instructions are issued to the shop floor, production is carried out. When results data will be available, Asprova can incorporate these results into the schedule. Let's widen the timeline a little more so it's easier to see. We'll enter the result for this operation. Select Operation, Results from the pop-up menu of the operation bar. The property window dialog will open. Let's say that this operation was completed with 25 units as planned. Change the status to completed. Specify the result quantity as 25. Close the dialog after entering the results. After entering the result, the operation bar will be shown with shaded lines over the completed section. Also, a grey underline will appear below the bar. Next, enter result in this operation. Let's specify that this operation is still underway and has produced 23 units so far. Change the status to started. Specify the result quantity as 23. When finished entering, close the dialog by clicking OK. Finally, let's add a result for this operation. Let's say that this operation is now underway and has finished 10 units. Change the status to started. Specify the resulting quantity as 10. When finished with entering, close the dialog by clicking OK. We are now finished entering the results. Rush orders. A schedule is required in order to reflect the results. Before that, let's enter one more order to see how Asprova will handle the case of a rush order. Scroll down to the empty row at the bottom. Let's specify the required fields of the new order, beginning with order code. Let's give this order the code rush order. Select product D from the drop-down list for the item. We will also specify the LET, quantity and priority. Since this is an urgent order, make the order delivery date as early as possible and specify 99 for the priority. Also, let's specify the customer. We have now finished entering the results and the additional order. Results. Rush order scheduling. Scheduling basis time can be changed from the resource Gantt chart. Bring the resource Gantt chart to the front. Since we have entered the results for 1 day, we will now advance time by 1 day. The scheduling base time can be set from the pop-up menu located in the horizontal axis. Select Term Period Settings from the pop-up menu. The property window will open. Select Scheduling Basis Time and then click the small button in the right-hand side of the cell. The Scheduling Basis Time editing dialog will appear. Change the date to 2003, June 6th. After changing, close the dialog by clicking OK. Click OK to close the previous dialog. The scheduling start date has now moved 1 day ahead. Now let's reschedule and incorporate the results and the newly added order. The operations with existing results have now been assigned in the past. Let's narrow the timeline and look at the assignment of the newly added order. The newly added order has an earlier delivery date than other orders, and also higher priority. Therefore, it has been assigned at the earliest possible time after the operations currently in progress. This concludes the schedule preparation section of this introduction to Asprova. Asprova also has other charts for viewing the information available in the schedule. First, the order Gantt chart. Bring the existing order Gantt chart forward. The order Gantt chart has a vertical axis representing orders and a horizontal axis representing the timeline. The width and height of rows and columns can be changed, as for the resource Gantt chart. Here, the user can easily check assignment of each order. Due dates for each order are shown on the chart by this red triangle marker. Click the plus on the vertical axis. The order is expanded, and each operation is shown in a row below it. Let's click the order bar. Connecting lines are displayed between operations. Other charts. Inventory graph. Next, let's look at the inventory graph. Select New Inventory Graph from the Window menu. This is the inventory graph. The width and height of rows and columns can be changed as for the inventory graph. The inventory graph displays the quantity fluctuations of each item. This graph can also be used to display the production or consumption rates of items. This chart also displays the quantities as a numeric value. Most display settings can be customized. Other charts, load graph. Next, let's look at the load graph. Let's select New Load Graph from the Window menu. This is the load graph. Let's display a 2-week range by adjusting the timeline width. The vertical axis of the load graph represents resources and displays the load of the resource over time, allowing the user to quickly see where the load is high. This concludes the introduction to Asprova using Sample 1. Asprova has many more features and functions available than have been shown here. Please feel free to look at other samples or the Asprova help files. Thank you.